All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks for showing up. If you don't know who I am, that's all right. I don't know who you are either. So, my name is Gregory Hodges, and I talk about some meditation, and then we do a group meditation at the end of this. So, thank you everybody for showing up. There's no cover charge, or there's no we don't charge anything here. We don't sell you anything. There's nothing to donate. Only thing I ask is you just write your name and where you're from, and that's all. I asked. So we got Laura here. She says, Laura says, I'm going to put it up on the big screen. I haven't joined you all before the meditation. Do I need to have downloaded the med stations from Dr. Joe's website? I have no idea what that is, so I'm going to go with no. You don't need that. So you'll be good. I'll talk for about 30 minutes until 8 o'clock, and then we'll go over to a Zoom call and do a group meditation. And it's we do one of Dr. Joe's meditations. So there is a poll going on. If you haven't been on here before, there's a poll going on. I've got Changing Boxes, You Are the Placebo, The Alchemist, and Water Rising. So if you haven't voted, there's only 11 votes, and there's about 18 people on here. So go over there and vote, and at the end of this talk, then that will decide which meditation we do. So, yeah. Anyway, if you don't know what any of them are, just pick one. Don't overthink it. Whatever. It's just kind of something to do. All right, so let's see. I'm on here. Nico's here, ready to stack some bricks. Nico, and Katie's here. Yep, as Katie said, you don't need to download anything. And Jane's here. All right, Elizabeth made it. Jane, Julie's from New Jersey. And I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. I'm just gonna put it up here. Arowana. Thank you for showing up. Let's see. Pavlina showed up from London. She shows up every week, but she says she falls asleep after about 10 minutes. But last week you made it all the way through. Raphael's here. All right, cool. And Jane's here. Then there's also Vicky's on here. She told me she would be earlier. She will be here in a little bit. So, again, that's only listed off like 5 people. There's 18 people on here. So just write your name and where you're from. That's all I ask. No cover charge here. Monica's here from Southern California. That's right. Got the regulars here. And also, I wanted to share with you guys is there is a Facebook group. That's the link to it there. That's kind of complicated, but also if you just go on Facebook and just write out Meditation Mondays and my name, Gregory Hodges, you could find it there. That's kind of like a little easier way to communicate than on YouTube. So I've been going between the two there. So you can kind of join the group there. And there's about 50 people on there, I think, right now. So that's a good spot. And if you're watching on Facebook, this is streamed through Facebook as well, too. You can't really interact. So you can't see the comments. You can't write anything, and you can't vote on the thing. You have to come over to YouTube. So that's YouTube only. So if you're only watching, if you are on Facebook right now, just understand that because some people have asked me before. So, all right. So that's the Facebook group. Again, you can just type in Meditation Monday and Gregory Hodges, and it will show up. It's pretty easy to find there. So, all right. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask any questions. It's very helpful to have someone ask a question. That way I can say something without having to get creative all the time. So, all right, Carol's from South Carolina. I am from Spartanburg, South Carolina. I'm in actually Landrum, just north of Spartanburg. And we've got Katie on here from Greer, South Carolina. So we've got a couple people from South Carolina on here. So I'm sure Katie doesn't mind me saying that because she says it all the time. So anyway, a couple of things that I was going to try to share with y'all. Let me pull up some notes here. All right, so there is Vicky sent me a message earlier on Facebook, and she had a good question that I've run into like 3 other times this week. And when she said it, I said, all right, that's what I'm talking about this week. But I'm just going to read her comment that she sent to me. She said, have you ever hit an extended stretch where you just couldn't calm your mind? I feel like I've been there for weeks when I try to meditate. I've found more success lately meditating in silence than with Dr. Joe. And I understand. I think that I could give a simple answer of like, yeah, well, that's good. Just do whatever kind of works for you. But I think the real honest answer is this is the one kind of topic or question that people ask me that I seem to get the most pushback from. And I think I know why. And I say pushback, nobody really argues with me. It's just, this is the spot where I think this is where people struggle with meditation. Now, I'm not saying Vicky particularly. I think this is a common thing with a lot of people. I'm trying to think of the best way to answer this, but basically, when you go in to a meditation, I've talked about it before, you can't have any preferences. And I've talked to 3 other people this week, and they told me that they didn't like Dr. Joe's voice on the meditations. And they were like, I'm just going to go find another meditation. And to me, when they're telling me that, that is the problem right there of why they're maybe struggling or not really connecting with the deep meditation. It's because you're trying to design the meditation. You want to see it a certain way. And meditation is the one thing that, if you're really going to connect with it, the one thing during the day that you really can't try to control. I was thinking earlier when I was thinking about when she asked me that question, everybody's got a favorite restaurant. And why do you have a favorite restaurant? Because you kind of have an expectation when you go to that restaurant. The service is good. Maybe you know the people there. You know the food's going to be good, and you got like your favorite dish, and it comes out a certain way, and the food's on a certain plate, and it's just everything about it you like, or maybe you just like one thing about it, but you go there expecting to get something. And I think a lot of people are trying to make it to where they're trying to make it a more enjoyable experience. I hear a lot of people say, well, I don't like the music. And it's not really just Dr. Joe's meditation. It's just in general. They don't like his voice. They don't like the music. They don't like sitting in silence, whatever it is. Some people like certain things and some people don't. But I think that this is where I say you have to kind of get over yourself. It's not about what you like and what you don't like. This is a restaurant you're going to that you should go in with no expectations. And because you do that, it ends up being your favorite restaurant. It's the one thing during the week that you don't try to control. You actually just sit there. And if you go to that restaurant of meditation, so to speak, I'm trying to give an analogy here, but you sit down. Some days they're going to bring you out just a glass of water. And you're going to go, oh, that's cool. All right, I got a glass of water. Next day, they're going to bring out filet mignon. And you go, wow, that's great. And then the next day, they're going to bring you some shells from some peanuts that they swept up off the floor. You're going to get the good, the bad, the ugly. And it has to be the one restaurant that you eat at in order to, the one restaurant that you eat at where you don't have any preferences. What's on the menu, who's serving you the food, what you like there. That may just be a silly analogy, but I'm trying to find a way to simplify this to try to understand. And I understand that people have problems with quieting their thoughts, and they have problems with the voices on meditations and certain meditations, but that issue is the one thing that's holding you back from really connecting with the meditation. And so if you can lean into that, when somebody says that they don't like Dr. Joe's voice, now I'm not like an advocate like sold Dr. Joe's the only one out there to do anything with. I'm not like a sycophant or anything. It's just that if that is your issue, then I suggest you probably lean into that more. You lean into that and say, hey, I don't like his voice. Well, I need to get to a point to where his voice doesn't matter at all. It's not that I like it or I don't like it. You shouldn't be in there because you like something or you don't like something, because that is the stuff that is... you need to learn to just kind of get over that. Sit there and be okay with it, because that is the stuff that's holding you back from connecting from the deep meditation. I will say, when I hear testimonials, I hear people's experiences with meditations, they'll give you this amazing story. And I know a lot of people on here have heard those amazing stories before of like, they cured this disease, or just this amazing thing happened. They had this huge insight, and it is very elaborate, and they'll go on in it, and they are amazing stories to hear. But one thing that I never hear is, well, I talked to my dead grandmother, and I cured cancer, but let me tell you, the music was amazing in the meditation, though. I forgot to tell you about that. Now, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy the music, but nobody ever talks about a voice, or if they were sitting in silence. Nobody ever explains the meditation that they were in, because that wasn't the main thing of the meditation. The main thing was this experience that they had. It had nothing to do with the meditation. The meditation is just there to help kind of take you out of your ordinary space. if you're in your living room, you can kind of escape from that. It's just a kind of a guide. It's a strategy to help get you out of there. You can sit in silence. So Vicky, you're not doing wrong by sitting in silence. You can do it there, but you should also be able to do it just as well if Dr. Joe's meditations are bothering you, in my opinion. And again, these are all my opinions from my experiences. And I just talk about things from my experiences, my perspectives. I don't really teach anybody else's, that Dr. Joe's stuff or, Michael Singer or anybody else out there. I just come from my experiences, what I've actually seen that I know that work, and that I can really vouch for, in the sense of I've had this experience, because everything else is, so if that makes sense. So I'm hoping that I'm explaining this right, to where this is making sense. But if you're having those problems, I had this conversation with 3 other people this week, and the same thing was, they didn't like Dr. Joe's voice. And they're like, I'm going to go find a meditation. What's wrong with me just finding a meditation that doesn't have his voice on it? I'm like, well, yeah, you could do that. But until you realize that is the issue of why you're not connecting with the meditation, then you're still not going to connect with it. You're just making it more comfortable. You're designing this meditation, and that's not what it's about. It's about you getting over yourself and sitting there and being okay with whatever happens. And so when you can turn down the volume of all that noise of your thoughts, you don't make the thoughts go away. The thoughts are always going to be there. But if you could turn down the volume of your thoughts of the past, and turn down the anxiety and the thoughts of your future, of the future coming up, that's when you can start to be in the present moment. And those things don't ever go away. It's just that the volume gets turned down, like really low. And so I believe that's sitting in the present moment. And when you do that, you aren't really thinking about Dr. Joe's voice, or you aren't thinking about this meditation, or aren't thinking about the music. And you're going to be sitting in that present moment because everything's turned down. If you could spend time doing that, it doesn't matter what meditation is on, and you're going to start to have these experiences. And I believe that it's important to try to get some kind of feedback from the meditation in order to stay with it. Because I will say, from my experience, if anybody has seen my video of when I first had an experience with meditation, it was very profound for me. For me, it was a very huge experience. If that didn't happen, if I didn't have any kind of feedback from the meditation, I guarantee I wouldn't be meditating every day as I do right now. Because now my body shakes when I meditate. I'm getting feedback, and I have experiences within these meditations, and that's helpful. If I wasn't doing that, then it would be hard for me to sit there every day. So I do think that it's important to sit there, get over yourself, and try to be in the present moment, turn down the volume and everything. You're not going to make it go away. Just don't fight and argue and wrestle with those thoughts of the past or the future. Sit there in what they call the present moment. To me, that's what the present moment is, and I never understood what that really meant. It just sounds like the present moment. All right, I'm here. All right, what's going on? But the present moment is turning down the volume of the past and turning down the volume of the future. You're sitting right there, and then you won't care whose voice, what music, what meditation, if you're in silence or not. And if you spend time in that space, I guarantee you something's going to come out of it that you're going to get out of it, that you're going to go, oh, wow. And so that restaurant that brings you out all this stuff, you're going to enjoy showing up to that restaurant that you have no idea what you're going to get. It's a different restaurant every time you show up. And that's going to be your new favorite restaurant for the first time in your life, because you're so used to going to restaurants that you can control. You go, I don't like this. I like this one. So you're going to enjoy just letting someone else take over and make the decisions for you on what you need and not what you want. I'm hoping that this makes sense. But so Vicky also asked if anybody has any, Vicky from Portland. If anybody has any insight, you can leave it in the comments on what you think about that. Not necessarily what I say, but what you think about her question is. I'll read her question again so you understand, because I kind of maybe went a little bit off topic. But it was, have you ever hit an extended stretch where you just couldn't calm your mind? I feel like I've been there for weeks when I try to meditate. I found more success lately meditating in silence than with Dr. Joe. So if she'd like to hear from you, you can put it in the comments on what your thoughts are about that. You don't have to agree with me, but To me, that's really the more of the realistic and the real answer. And I could give you some kind of just fluff answer of like, yeah, we'll just sit in silence until you feel comfortable with that and then move on. And but ultimately, you could do that, but ultimately, you're gonna have to be okay with no matter what happens when you're in a meditative space. There could be lawnmowers going on outside, and you're just fine with it. It doesn't bother you. It used to bother me. It doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't bother me anymore now. So I also believe that's why I can connect with the meditation on a regular basis. Um, all right, Katie says she's tried different types of meditation and thought Dr. Joe's were weird at first, but I have gotten the best results with his, and I have grown to love them. Yes. So, yeah, whether it's Dr. Joe's or somebody else. And Vicky, you could do it in silence. I don't have I do it in silence, but just understand that probably the issue that you're struggling with is it's that thing of what you don't like in that other meditation. And so that shouldn't be a matter to you. So I may be beating a dead horse there. I think I've probably over-explained. I have a tendency to do that. All right, Mia Pia's here from Austin. And of course, Vicky from Portland. And all right, so Katie threw in some. Yeah, thank you, Katie, for yes, thank you for saying that, folks. We got the poll going on right now. Changing boxes is in the lead at 38%, with water rising at 31%. Can I tell you what any of those meditations do during them? No. Just vote for one and just whatever one sounds good. And just if you've never heard of them. So just do that. We got 25 people on here, and there's only 17 people that have voted. Even if you're not going to come meditate, just hit the button over here, man. It's fun. You just press the button, and then like you voted, you see it change, and then it's like kind of cool. So we could get everybody to do that. Because I know not all of y'all are going to come over and meditate, because we've got a couple people that probably just don't want to come over. They're scared. But we're going to try to get them over there. I do want to recommend everybody come here in a few minutes when we get started. To the meditation, even if you've never done it before, just come in, check it out. You'll see how weird it is or how not weird it is, and you get a little taste of it. You can always leave whenever you want to. So just come in when we get started. We'll be getting started here in probably about 5 to 7 minutes, somewhere in there. So does anybody have any questions? Right now is a good time to ask some questions if you do. And if you don't, I'm going to ask. This is a good time to be asking. So hold on, let me get. All right, so another thing that I've got coming up here too, if people, I'm noticing people just jumped on. We're going to be getting started with the meditation soon, but I do have a Facebook group if you would like to join that. It's here. You can also just type in the search bar of Meditation Mondays, Gregory Hodges, and it seems to come up. Nobody has a problem with it. We kind of communicate a little better over there. Sometimes I'll do some midnight meditations on Wednesdays that I'll just kind of do at the last minute, so you'll find out about those there. And also on August 23rd is a big day, because we're going to be doing a 4-hour meditation late at night. For anybody that doesn't know about it, now you know. I've mentioned it before, but it's going to be August 23rd, and it's going to be a 4-hour pineal gland meditation, and we're going to do it from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll let you do the math wherever you're from, in Vietnam or Israel or California. I can't do the conversion for you. I need a little help on y'all's end to be able to figure that out, but it's going to be August 23rd, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's a 4-hour pineal gland meditation. And hey, the worst that could happen is you fall asleep in the middle of it and you wake up in the morning. So just show up and come do it and see what happens. And that is a Dr. Joe meditation. Someone sent me like a bootleg or something, so it's 4 hours. I've checked it out. It's I can't tell you where it's from. I don't think he sells it, but I don't know why I got it, but I got it. So just letting you know. August 23rd, that's when we're going to do it. August, it will be on 0 a.m. O.M. All right, cool. Simeon is looking forward to it. Coming to peace of mind is awesome. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get started here. Oh, let's see. All right, we got 18 votes. There's 28 people. We got 10 people that need to go over there and vote for this meditation that we're going to do tonight. I mean, it's not that hard. You just press a button. Just do it. I mean, we got a hot race going on here. It could be changing boxes, water rising. You know, come on. We can get a little interactive here. We're not going to find out who you are. We're not the government. We're not going to come after you because you hit a button. And so, yes, now I also want to share with you, and I want to thank Loretta for sending me, there she is, German Shepherd Mom. She sent me directions on how to do a Zoom link, like a permanent Zoom link. So I've got a Zoom link for anybody that doesn't want to sit here and listen to me talk every Monday. You could just show up at 8 o'clock and just do the meditation with us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you that link right now, and we're going to see if this is going to work. And if it doesn't, then we'll figure something else out. All right, so there's the Zoom link there. That should be the permanent Zoom link to be able to come in. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do multiple things at once here. All right, if people want to try to start coming over, we're going to get started in a few minutes. Dana says, what time is the meditation on the 23rd? It will be 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, like I said, I need everybody to kind of figure out the conversion there. I'm not going to be able to figure it out for everybody. But it will be Eastern Standard Time. I just sent the link there. And, all right, so we got 6 people waiting in the room. So I'll be able to let y'all in. There's 8 people, so it means the link's working. And if you haven't voted, right now is a good time to vote. We've got 19 votes, and there's 23 people on the thing, so there's 4 people that haven't voted. Changing boxes, You Are the Placebo, The Alchemist, and Water Rising. We got about 4 minutes. All right. All right, I'm going to be, everybody's coming over to the Zoom call. I'm going to bring them in, and I'm trying to get both of these going at the same time here. Admit. Oh. All right, I think everybody's coming in. Everybody should be muted, I think. All right, there we go. So it's looking like, so we got 20 votes. All right, we're going to be doing changing boxes. That's what we're doing. So if anybody can hear me on the Zoom, we're going to be doing changing boxes. Let me get that meditation up and see if there's a little intro to it. All right. All right. Nico says, cool. All right. That means it's working. All right. I'm going to play the introduction to the changing boxes, and then after that, we will get started with the full meditation. So if you're on the YouTube channel right now, I've got the link in the comments. Let me put it up there again one more time. So if you're on the YouTube channel, I'll just put up the link to the Zoom call where we'll be doing the meditation. So you want to head over there. I'm going to do a little 5-minute intro, and then we'll be getting started with the meditation after that. So come and join us. All right, Katie says she's not in the Zoom call yet. So, well, you probably want to come on over. All right. Let me start this, and if Loretta's on there, cool.
Greetings, everyone. Dr. Joe here. This meditation is called Changing Boxes. It is an advanced meditation, and it stands